Hello. So nice that we're being live streamed into the group. So welcome. This is Tips, Tidbits Tuesdays at 3:30. Our little 5 tea get together. And it's not tea that you drink, even though I have some iced tea. I'll be from the South. We have iced tea. What do you have to drink? Something that starts with a T? Like tonic? Something. So, welcome to the call. I put a little post out here about the magic in our minds, the tools, our magic tools for our minds. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? Be curious to hear from you in the comments if you do. I don't think I can see you on Facebook. Let me move the whole thing here. Let me see if I can find if anybody's over here chatting with me or even on YouTube, but I can't see them on YouTube at all. I'm so sorry about that. I don't quite have everything lined out perfectly, but it will eventually at one day. So anyway, I can see that I am on the Facebook group, but it says the Millionaire frequency about Visioneering, but this is Tuesday, our regular Tips and Tidbits Tuesdays. So I'm glad y'all are here watching. So one of the things I wanted to share with you is for our magic tools that we aren't aware of, it's about our higher mental faculties that enable us to live in harmony with the laws of the universe. Does anybody know what the higher mental faculties are? Put in the comments, put in the chat if you know. They're pretty awesome. We weren't taught them. We were taught these. See my stick figure here? That Dr. Thurman Fleet came up with this idea in 1934. This is an image of what the mind is. And then this is a smaller image of the body, because the mind controls everything. And then these things here are our 5 senses that are just plugged into our conscious mind that we have learned to live with and have been taught about our 5 senses quite a bit. But also here in our conscious mind is our higher mental faculties. And we have not learned much about them at all. And the higher mental faculties are our hidden treasures and gifts that help us get what we actually want and keeps us in harmony with the laws of the universe. So the higher mental faculties are, in case you don't know, is perception, reason, imagination, will, memory, intuition. Is that all of them? Did I get 6? Perception, imagination, memory, will, intuition, and reason. So I just want to say a little thing about each one of them, because I took several notes in my training today. I keep learning stuff all the time. And this came out of lesson 5 of Thinking into Results, where Bob really talks to us about the higher mental faculties and how to be able to use them. And then we have exercises in the training of that lesson to start to get us to recognize them, tap into them, and depend on them more so than the 5 senses. The 5 senses keep us connected to the outside world, what's going on outside of us. The higher mental faculties has us connected into what's going on inside of us. So we create inside what we to see projected in the outside world. So they're the opposite. You see, so what you see, what you smell, what you taste, all of these senses here, what you feel, is from the outside world. And you think that's it. You think that's your reality, that's your real world. And it's really not. You create your real world from these higher mental faculties of perception, imagination, memory, will, reason, and intuition. So I'm not going to keep us long. We'll delve more into them each week if you would like, but I want to just touch a bit on each one. So perception, that was actually what the lesson was going to be on today anyway. It is the way that you view things, the way that you can look at things from a different perspective, from a different mindset. It's so interesting for this perception. I'm hearing what I was given in meditation guidance many, many years ago. People always say that you either have a glass half full or a glass half empty. And my guides specifically said that we say, you have a beautiful glass, fill it as you wish. So it's all about how you perceive things. Perception is really, really, really powerful. You can look at these abstract paintings behind me, and from your perception and your perspective of your perception, you could see certain things evolve, and then you could see other things evolve. It's like Bob was saying when he held up the book of A Science of Getting Rich in one of his webinars. And he said, there's nothing on this book. But he was holding the book to the audience, and it says, Think and Grow Rich. And they're like, no, there's writing on the book. And he's like, no, there's nothing on this book. They're saying, no, there's writing on the book. And he's saying, no, there's nothing on this book. And he turns it around to the side that he's looking at, and it's the back cover. There's no writing on it. So it's all about your perception. Each one of these higher mental faculties, you need to develop it. You need to become familiar with them, work with them. This is how you create things. This is what we are. We are creative beings. So another wonderful higher mental faculty is imagination, and everything is built through your imagination. Everything's built twice, once in your imagination, and then once into the form, the physical form. So once you decide what you want, and you can get an image of it on the screen of your mind and project it out to unlimited source energy, because energy simply is, and hold that image on the screen of your mind with will. Will is another one of your higher mental faculties that you've learned how to strengthen, how to handle. You keep your will like laser focused on that image of what you want to see show up in your life and in your world, and it will happen. And will is amazing. Will actually gives you the ability to hold an image on the screen of your mind with no distractions. And one way to focus your will and strengthen your will is to light a candle. Light a candle, focus on the candle until you can become one with the candle. You can also put a dot on the wall. These are 2 exercises that Bob has shared with us. But the more that you can just stare in the flame of the candle and not let other stuff bother you, the more you're strengthening your will. And you're learning more and more how to use your magic tools that are your gifts that were given to you when you were born. Another beautiful, beautiful higher mental faculty is memory. Everyone has a perfect memory. We just have not exercised it. We haven't used it. We don't know that it's one of our gifts that we can remember anything that we want. There's a lot of books out there you can study about numbers and names and letters in the alphabet. You can do practice work and strengthen your memory. All of these higher mental faculties need to be strengthened and thought of as often as you do with these 5 senses that we know. I mean, we just know without thinking about them. But if you ask someone about what's your higher mental faculties, they don't have a clue. So you're already ahead because now you're learning about it. So we also have intuition. And that's your great connection. Great connection. You get inspired ideas, you get inspired actions. It's been said that prayer is when you talk to God. Listening to your intuition is when God talks to you. Gives you directions, gives you guidance. You just have to follow through. And then reason gives us the ability to think. And that is the highest function of which we are capable of. So from our thinking, we are able to access all of our higher mental faculties. So there's 6 beautiful, beautiful higher mental faculties that we can do a much more in-depth study on. We have different programs at the Proctor Gallagher Institute that I can share with you. You can work with me with the Thinking into Results program, or however you want to be a mentor, me to mentor you, and I can be a coach for you to be someone in your corner to help you achieve what it is that you really want. I would love to do that for you. So thank you so much. This was our Tuesday tips and tidbits. I told you we wouldn't take too long. Think about them. Your higher mental faculties. Do you remember what they are? Write them down. Learn about them. They are where you create from and build your world. Bye for now. Love you all. See you next